Hey everybody, Brian Blessing. Glad you're with us here. Our Pulse plays, the early releases on Tuesday. We've done a really good job for you of identifying where the money's going to come from. And it's all about betting these games today to make sure you get the best of the number. We've got two in college football and two for you in the NFL. Let's start with college football. Oklahoma State getting 9 at TCU. And number very slightly starts to come down early in the week to 8.5. This number's going to come down. TCU gave away a 21-point lead at Baylor. They could have been the number one team in the country. I mean, if they win that game, then at least the argument would have been made for them. They blow a 21-point lead in a ridiculously high-scoring affair. I mean, it's a massive punch to the gut for this team. And I just don't know how they're going to react. It would seem like it's that bubble burst theory to a T. Oklahoma State, very lackluster in a win against Kansas last week, so you get a little inflated number there, but they were looking ahead to this game. And earlier this year, Oklahoma State, 37-31, they lost to Florida State. I think that number's too high. I do think it's going to come down, so you'd want to get Oklahoma State early. College football, how about this? UMass of all teams. They were just an atrocity last year. This UMass team all of a sudden can score points with the best of them. They've scored 40 or more points in their last three. Now, they're hosting Eastern Michigan, who beat us last week. Let's give them marks for that. They beat Buffalo at home last week. And Buffalo's Jekyll and Hyde. But Eastern Michigan got the job done at home. They're probably celebrating like rock stars this week. I don't think they build on this. The problem is when they go on the road, they're an absolute train wreck. They can't do anything offensively, and UMass is scoring points in droves. This number was 12.5, very quickly gets to 13.5 as fast as you can. Get on board UMass. Get it before it gets to 14 if it's not already too late. But this number is going to steam up. Look for UMass, I think, to put a lot of points up, and Eastern Michigan can't keep up with them. All right, then we go to the NFL. Atlanta didn't look good against Chicago at all, but they had no answers for the Bears wide receivers in that game. And then Baltimore, Joe Flacco goes nuts against Tampa Bay. So all of a sudden, Baltimore is the best thing since sliced bread, and Atlanta's terrible. And I know Atlanta home and away, they're completely different animals, but that's an inflated number. Atlanta getting a touchdown on the road, I would absolutely take the points, and I would envision this a number that could come down below the key number of 7. I think you'll get it down to 6.5 at some point. So taking the Falcons and the points, take them now, because that number we really believe will come down to 6.5. And then the Bills -4. It's in a dead area. Now, they could have the air out of the balloon because they had a big opportunity against the Patriots. As much as the Patriots beat the Bills and we had the over in the game, thought Buffalo was going to be live in that spot. Their defense had some breakdowns in that spot, but things that Brady exploited. But, I mean, they were picking up 3rd and longs all over the place, and the Bills had not allowed that to happen to anybody all year long. That was Tom Brady. This is Teddy Bridgewater making his road debut in the National Football League. He comes off a bad effort against the Detroit Lions defense that got in his face, and the Bills at home, their pass rush generates big-time opportunities. It's a dead number. It's at 4. This is going to go. I think this is going to go up to 4.5, 5. I think you're going to see money on the Bills, so bet the Bills early in the week. So there you go. The early releases on the Pulse. UMass, bet them early. They were 12.5. It's up to 13.5. Take Oklahoma State plus the points at TCU. And then in the NFL, we like Atlanta and getting the points and the Bills laying the points. It's the early releases from the Insider's Game and our Pulse plays.